All right. Both games just ended for tonight. Um, let's start off with the Philly Boston game, basically. I mean, Boston, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? I didn't see much of the game until basically third quarter, but um, I don't even know what to say about this, man. I was seeing tweets. I was seeing tweets come up and saying like, man, uh, Harden had 20 or 20 at halftime or whatever. It's crazy to see. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. At least Harden's carrying the team. I know Boston might just still take this one out in the game. And I don't usually watch game ones of the first, like the rounds, because both teams are kind of just not used to each other yet, even though they played in the regular season. But this the playoffs, it's totally different. They have a totally different game plan, whatever. That's why I usually don't watch teams in game one, because usually by game two they'll have a set game plan for each other and they'll know how to go against them. But for this game, I kind of was just what I wanted to watch because I was kind of waiting for game two of Suns versus Nuggets. But I was like, you know what, we'll just put on the game. We'll just put on the game for now. And then I saw basically the last quarter of the game. I was like, wow, Harden is just like, I was watching him doing his little hezzy and then like just going straight for the rim or doing a little step back from three. I was like, man, this is Houston Rockets Harden coming back to play for the 76ers. And this is the best time for Harden to come back from the as his Rocket self. I mean, what do we like? He had 45 points tonight. 45. 45. Like, I know Curry had 50, but this is Harden that kind of regressed over these past couple years. He had 45. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey for getting that quiet 26, and Tobias Harris actually kicking in for that big three from the assist from Harden when he kicked out to him from at the top of the key. Big three from Tobias Harris. I remember just seeing him just cook Al Horford at the top of the key, man. I was like, what? What? I was so like, what the heck? And yeah, that just basically put it to rest for that game. DeAnthony Melton was great off the bench. Yeah, he was great off the bench, as I could see. But I mean, for the Celtics to have this happen to them, and Malcolm Brogdon, what was that pass? What was that pass, man? Come on, like you did an outlet pass to Tyrese Maxey, man. You did an outlet pass. You did an outlet pass to Tyrese Maxey, and you guys were all just standing there. Like that was the crazy part to me. You all just stood there because you thought the shot clock was it was a shot clock violation. I was like, damn, like what are we doing? Just standing around, not even trying to get back on defense or anything. But when you have freaking Jalen McDaniel score zero and PJ Tucker score zero, and you have freaking Tatum score 30, almost 40 points tonight, which is kind of crazy as well. And Jaylen Brown scored 23, and Malcolm Brogdon off the bench scored 20. You still lose by like what? Man, that was just. And I see Al Horford and Derek White give negative on the plus minus, but negative 17, negative 15. I mean, you had Derek White score 4. Al Horford was 11, 6 and 3. I mean, he didn't even really get you any steals, but he did get you some blocks, which was kind of nice. 2 turnovers, which is not good. 3-2 turnovers, or assist to turnover ratio. I think the turnover ratio is actually kind of crazy though. 6 from Marcus Smart. Damn. So I think and this is what happened actually with the Warriors, because I was thinking about this. This is what happened with the Warriors in the finals last year. Their biggest weakness was the turnovers. Like, I thought we would get this together by now, especially in the playoffs. Like, what are we doing? But anyways, shout out to Harden, shout out to the 76ers. Actually, shout out to Harden for just saying, this is just game one. This is just game one. We should not be celebrating. I see the 76ers. I was happy celebrating for them too. But yeah, Harden put them in their place and was like, yeah, no, this is game one. I know what it takes because I'm not having that happen again with the Curry situation or the Warriors in general. But Yeah, James Harden being an actual leader. This is good. This is good signs for Philly. Hopefully Joel Embiid gets healthy. Yeah, crazy game two from the, or sorry, game one from the Heat and the 76ers. Game two of the Nuggets and the Heat and the Suns. Sorry, both have flames inside their logos. But yeah, game two, the Nuggets from the against the Suns was a kind of a slow start, even actually just a slow game in general. Nobody can really get their shots in, especially Jamal Murray. He's kind of horrific tonight from the field. After getting after being so good from after his great game one, he's having a horrible shooting night tonight. But still, I think was on the plus. I think, yeah, he was still on the plus 14. Still got 10 points and 8 assists and 4 rebounds. I mean, that's kind of a backup point guard, but hey, you got 40 in the first game. Congrats. So with the Nuggets, I wanted to say, this kind of reminded me of the team from last year, where just Jokic was kind of carrying them through the whole game. But the difference between this team and last year's team was that there was actually really good defense compared to last year. I mean, you have Bruce Brown and KCP just playing great defense against Booker and KD most of the game. Jokic was playing at least defense, I should say, just defense, I should say, for against Ayton. But he still had a great night, 39, 16, and 5. That's the only thing I wish Jokic would kind of put would get his players involved a little bit more. But I think it was just a slow night for the rest of the team. And yeah, because even MPJ shot only 5 points tonight and was not even in the game in the last stretch. Because I mean, Bruce Brown and KCP just hold it down. Like, come on. And Aaron Gordon having his 16, 1-1, which and 2 steals. That's kind of crazy. And then, KCP too with the 14, shot some great threes at the end of the fourth quarter. Basically just having them up at the end, and then Bruce Brown with his 9. Was a little weirded out to see Christian Braun play some minutes here. I'm just not used. I don't know, because you still have Thomas Bryant, and you're not even playing him or Reggie Jackson. You guys kind of got these buyout players, and you're not even using them. Or honestly, you got a trade from Thomas Bryant last year. Just the whole rotational minutes from Coach Mike Malone is just a little weird for me. And you could definitely tell he loves his defensive players more than the offensive players. And it is the playoffs, so yeah, you're gonna ramp up your defense more. It's just a little weird that you're not even trying to put out Thomas Bryant. But I mean, you still gotta win, so congrats to that. And then Chris Paul. I mean, for the Suns, I didn't even get to see the third quarter because I was doing some other stuff. I didn't even see that Chris Paul was out, and then I saw the tweets, and then the announcers kept on saying Chris Paul is gonna be out for the rest of the game too. And I was like, what happened? And I guess just destroying groin thing. I just saw on TNT with their little replays. But yeah, I mean, Jokic was just bullying Ayton. I mean, Ayton was still playing great defense. He was playing great defense against Jokic. It was just Jokic was doing a lot better offense. And then Booker. I feel like if Booker was not on the Suns, this team would not even be in the playoff would be even beating the Clippers right now, because you see that he puts up 20 or 35 points tonight, and Kevin Durant, even though it was 24, it was still like a quiet 24. And you have again DeAndre Ayton putting great numbers up for a traditional center like a traditional center, but he's not a traditional center. He's supposed to be the top tier of centers but And then yeah, he doesn't give great effort when off the boards, and then it's just the defense is really good on Jokic. He doesn't give great effort off the boards, and then his offense is a little lackluster, especially tonight. And then it doesn't help when Josh Okogie's only scoring 2 points off the whole game, and yeah, literally the only other person that scored more than 2 points was uh Chris Paul. I mean, you had 20. Yeah, when you have your four guys not even scoring anything really, and I don't. Yeah, it's just the deep. Yeah, it's this is why I didn't care much for the Suns in the first place too. Even though I did have them going to the finals because I was like, oh, they have KD, they have Booker, they have Paul, they have Ayton. Should be fine to make it to at least the finals. This is where I had the problem with them though, is just because they had they didn't even have a deep team. So I mean, because yeah, Bismack Biyombo was not really doing it for you. Torrey Craig was not even. I don't even know what he was doing tonight. I didn't see him most of the night. Cameron Payne was not even. I like most of these players you just see come in and out of the rotation. And you're just like, they're there, cool, whatever. So, I mean, Josh Okogie just plays good defense. I wish they did play more Terrence Ross and T.J. Warren, especially T.J. Warren. Because I mean, even though he did only do good in the bubble, I just wish he got more playing time to actually see if they would. I just wish, um, I forget his name, but basically coach on the Suns. I wish he kind of messed around with his rotational minutes as well, see if what works, what doesn't. But I mean, that was you could only do that for game one, and he didn't even really try for game one, so or not game one, round one. My bad. But I mean, if the Nuggets keep going like this, where Jokic could have a good night and Jamal can have a bad night and keep going, or it's the opposite, where Jamal has a really good night and Jokic doesn't have a good night, like, and they keep going, like whoever, basically, if the Nuggets have one person having a good night, whereas the Suns need like three people to play great, I see the Nuggets actually beating the Suns this series, man. Not something I thought I would say, but here we are. I see this at least going to game six. Hopefully, hopefully at home that the Suns can bring it back and kind of get some energy out of at home and just go at them. But we'll see. Hopefully, Chris Paul gets better with that groin issue. But yeah, hopefully he goes to game 5 at least, because I do want to see the Suns play against the Nuggets. So I missed them tonight. I wish I was there, but whatever. I got to celebrate my mom's birthday, so I'm happy I got to do that instead though. Yeah, there's not much else tonight. But yeah, hope you guys had a good night. Comment down below, tell me what was your favorite part tonight. Favorite play. My favorite play was honestly, yeah, again, James step back 3 against Al Horford. That was my favorite play of the whole night. But tell me your guys' favorite play of the night. Leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and good night.